Okay, ilan ba kayo sa class na to? Check ko lang yung settings. Okay, so this is section 3. 40 users tayo, okay? So, exact yung ating numbers. So, okay, so that's good. Anyway, welcome to Bio 1104, Analytical Chemistry Laboratory. So basically, the way we conducted our laboratory classes last semester, we will still do the same, no? Ulitin lang natin yung ginawa natin last semester, no? Ibig sabihin, we will have our home lab activities, no? You will be asked to purchase certain stuff, no? Uh, and then mag-experiment tayo, okay? So later we will go into the details of that. But for now, let us just talk about the course itself. Okay. So we did not prepare any PowerPoint kasi nandito na sa Canvas lahat. No? So I will guide you through the navigation of this course card na lang. Okay. So this is analytical chemistry. So basically, for those who have been into my lecture classes earlier this week, analytical chemistry is a measurement science. Okay, measurement science, ibig sabihin, nagtitimbang-timbang, nagdedetermine ng volume, electrical capacity, potential, no, so on and so forth. So lahat ng yon, all those methods of analysis are being used in order for us to be able to quantify and to qualify our substances na para malaman natin yung kanilang qualitative and quantitative aspects na. So anyway, I will discuss that in depth next meeting this Friday sa ating chapter 1 discussion. But for now, we will just go into the overall idea of this course na. So again, analytical chem is a measurement science. Ibig sabihin, in this course, you will learn paano mag-timpla-timpla ng solutions, paano mag-mix ng solution A, solution B, how to do calculations necessary in order to come up with the necessary results needed by your study or your research. Okay? In the lecture, makikita nyo doon yung appreciation of the extent of influence ng analytical chem. So hopefully pag nag-lecture class na kayo, ma-appreciate nyo yung analytical chem. Okay? So yun lang. These are the program outcomes, the course outcomes. I will not walk you in through that. You can just read them. I will just focus on the grade computation itself. No? So just like last semester, we have two types of assessment, the formative and the summative. Each of them bears 50% of your overall grade. No? So for the laboratory class, our formative assessments come in the form of quizzes and experiments. No? So meron tayong 8 chapters, meaning may 8 quizzes tayo. We also have 8 experiments as well. Okay? Itong problem set, this is just for the lecture class. Okay? So anyway, so ayun, quizzes will be 15 points maximum. Experiments will be 10 points maximum for each. Okay, and then summative assessment, that's just the examination, midterm and final exam. Overall, that's 100 points each, and whatever grade you will earn, that will be translated into its corresponding letter grade, no, as shown here in this table. Okay, and for my new students, no, yung mga hindi ko students last semester, um, before I encode the grades, I usually send an email, no, informing you na ito yung standing mo. Not only in the midterm consultation, but also in the finals, no. So, nag-email ako ng grades, hindi lang siya letter grade mismo, but also the details na kung paano siya na-solve, no. So, ito yung formative mo, ito yung score mo, formative score, then yung necessary equations, no, in order to come up with whatever I have computed for you. Okay? So, ganun tayo transparent, no? And also, before I encode the grades nga, ayun, I send an email parate, no? informing you na, oh, ito yung standing mo. And in case you wish to negotiate, then we can accommodate that. There were some students last semester na may negotiation na nangyari. Kasi anong nangyari, hindi napasa yung ganitong assessment. So, pinagbigyan ko, of course. Siyempre, sayang naman. Pero may deduction yan. Okay? So, ganun lang naman yung ganun tayo ka-transparent when it comes to grade. Everything is well documented. And before I encode the grades, you will be informed na kung ano yung standing mo para hindi tayo nang gugulat. Okay? I can ask my former students there. Okay? So, ayun. Um, about the course information booklet, you can just read this na lang. This is a more detailed explanation about the nature of this course and how it is conducted according to FEU standards. So, you don't have to read all of this naman. But what's important in this one is yung course outline and the scheme of work. No? Okay, so yeah. So you can read that or you may not. No? Okay. Another important thing here sa ating Canvas is the calendar of activities. No? So basically yung nasa CIB natin, the course information booklet, I translated that into a calendar. Okay? So that it will be easier to navigate. No? Tsaka nakikita nyo anong date na ba kayo. Okay? So in this calendar of activities, all the months in this semester are tabulated. So from January to May tayo. And the week numbers are also written. Okay, so from week 1 to week 18. And the corresponding chapter activities per week nakalagay na rin dyan. And kung ano yung quizzes natin for that week. Okay, so this work for both lecture and lab classes. No? So gumagana siya for both lec and lab class. So that's why you need to always check this up. Okay. So let's begin with this week 1. The semester actually started last week. No? Nag-start na siya last week. However, due to the announcement by the Manila City, no, na suspended yung classes, so na-move yung ating pasukan. No? Okay? However, yung move na yon, it doesn't mean na week 1 ngayon. No? Actually, it's week 2 today. No? Kasi ang term ay suspended. No? Kaya siguro nagtataka kayo bakit nagle-lecture na yung mga instructor nyo. The reason is week 2 na kasi. Okay? So, the week 1 was just suspended. Currently, we are in week 2. So, your teachers will really discuss things agad, no? Kasi naghahabol tayo ng weeks, no? Remember, in just few weeks, midterm na ulit. Midterm na naman. Okay, kaya ganun. Okay, so we are in week 2 already. Okay, so for week 2, we are just going to have an orientation and the chapter 1 discussion. Basically, chapter 1 is an introductory chapter naman. So, there's nothing tough about it. Hindi naman siya mahirap. Basic lang siya. As long as you memorize the terms, no, you're good to go. Okay? And next week will be the week 3. Okay? Magdi-discuss tayo doon ng chapter 2. Okay? That will span weeks 3 and 4. And as you can see in week 4, we have the University Foundation week. I indicated here na irregular yung class schedule natin. Why? If you are from FEU High School, okay, familiar kayo kung paano yung ginagawa kapag University Foundation week, no? May times na may klase, may times na wala, no? Especially kapag may mga event yung CSO, yung department, yung institute, or the university itself. And nung before lockdown nga 2020, ano yun andun pa yung Ben and Ben sa FEU campus. Pero hindi na ako umattend nun. Ang daming tao as in. So, nangyayari yun during University Foundation Week. But since online classes tayo, then we are limited to ano lang, mga webinars, something like that. No? But hopefully, sa susunod na taon, back to school na ulit tayo. Okay? So again, given that irregular class schedule to, we don't know kung may pasok sa, let's say, sa Tuesday, sa Wednesday, I'm not sure. So that's why I have not highlighted them in red. No? Also, as you can notice, yung dates na naka-red, yung numbers na naka-red, walang pasok yun. Okay? So ito, hindi pa natin sure kaya siya naka-black. However, February 12 is in red, no? Ibig sabihin, holiday talaga siya. Walang pasok yung buong university. Another important thing to keep in mind is that on February 9, this is the last day of your enrollment. In case you wish to transfer to other section or other schedule, you can do it until February 9. No? Because otherwise, tuloy-tuloy na talaga tayo. Okay? So, yan. And then, starting week 5 to week 6, we will have chapter 3 discussion. Dito din tayo magkakaroon ng quiz. As you can see, yung ating quiz, super layo niya sa chapter 1. Okay? Kasi sa next meeting natin, chapter 1 na tayo. Pero yung quiz 1 sa week 5 pa. Okay, ang tagal, no? The reason is that the adjustment period or the enrollment day was moved to Feb 9. No-move siya dito. So, ibig sabihin, no any assessments until the end of adjustment period. Okay? So, yan. Kaya, doon pa lang tayo magkuquiz. Okay? So, ano susunod? Week 5, week 6, week 6, quiz 2 agad. The only holiday there is EDSA anniversary, which is Friday. May klase tayo. Pero dahil suspended, hindi mo lang pasok. Week 7 and week 8, chapter 4 discussion tayo. And ito yung mga corresponding quizzes na gagawin per week. Okay? And then on week 9, we will have our midterm examination week. And then the following week will be the consultation. Okay? So sa consultation, it's not synchronous. No? Kung bagong student ko kayo, hindi ako yung nag-meet sa MS Teams to call you individually. Dati ganun ginagawa ko pero napagod ako. So ngayon, I just send you an email, no, with complete grade calculation, and if you have any question or clarification, then we can arrange MS Teams meeting, no? Pero if wala naman, or kung kaya naman ma-resolve through email thread, then hindi na kailangan mag-meet na. Okay? Hindi ko alam kung naririnig niya, pero humahatching yung pusa ko dito. Anyway, so ayan, so week 9, week 10, wala tayong gagawin bukod sa maghirap sa midterm exam. So good luck. And then on week 11, week 12, we will have our chapter 5 discussion. The only holiday for this chapter is April 9, which is Day of Valor, Araw ng Kagitingan. Week 13, week 14, this is for chapter 6. So that is chapter 6. Week 13 is apparently the Holy Week, no? But since we are not Catholic school, may pasok tayo. Okay. However, according to the national government, okay, according to the national government, yung Thursday, Friday, Saturday, yan talaga walang pasok yan. Ibig sabihin, Monday, Tuesday, may pasok. Yung Wednesday, usually half day lang yan. I can see hand. Naka-raise pala yung mga hand. Okay, so sige. Yes, Santino?
Oh, yes. I do have a question. Will we be working as groups or as independent?
Later, I'll discuss that further. Yeah. We'll
Okay,
talk about
thank you.
this later.
Okay.
By the way, is it okay if Taglish lang? I usually deliver the course in Taglish. Or you wish to deliver it in full English course? Okay. Anyway. Yes, Santino.
Oh yes, I do have another question. Are we gonna be? Oh, sorry, I just froze in the background. Are we gonna be doing the last one I did on the last class? I think it was for Tony. Are we going to be doing ebooks, like purchasing books online?
Later, we'll go into that.
Okay.
For now, let's talk about the calendar of activities muna. Okay. And then later, we'll talk about what are the things that you need to buy uh, that is needed in this course. Okay. Sige. Okay. So, again, week 13 is Holy Week. But again, just as I told you, hindi naman tayo Catholic school. So, on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, may pasok tayo. Only Thursday, Friday, Saturday will be suspended. Okay? So, yan. I think Wednesday is always half day. No? Okay? So, yan. And we have a quiz on this week then. May quiz 5 tayo. What else? For chapter 7, we will dedicate our week 15 Jan. We don't have any holidays. As you can see, week 16, chapter 8 tayo. And then for week 17, this is a buffer week. Buffer week, meaning in case we need extra week for discussion due to this Holy Week, then um, we can extend the deadlines up to this week. No? Okay? Deadlines, especially sa mga quiz requirements, so on and so forth. Another important thing is that on week 17, May 9, Philippine election. So for those who are eligible to vote, please make use of your constitutional rights because this is one of the most crucial election period of our time, and probably this is your first na kasi ako this is my third election, 2016, 2019, then 2020. So, yeah. Ayan. Okay, so hopefully you choose the best for this country. And then for week 18, this will be final examination week. Okay, so good luck. And then uh, the next week, we will be encoding your grades. Usually, I send an overview ng grades nyo uh, a day before the deadline. No? So dito ako nagsasend ng email in which makita nyo yung calculation. No? So that in case you have any question or you want to negotiate, then we can do that so that kapag in-encode ko na siya, there will be no problems anymore. Okay? So I highly suggest you to always check this calendar, especially if there are announcements from the FEU CSO or the FEU administration or the Manila City the Manila City Hall. So in case na may announcement about suspensions, check this calendar because I always update this naman. Okay? And again, those numbers written in red color, uh, we don't have classes for those dates. Okay? Ayun, next week wala tayong Tuesday kasi it's Chinese New Year. Okay? So yun lang. Any question about the calendar? Because if there are none, then we'll proceed with the shopping list. Ito na yung question about the textbook, about the home lab activities, so on and so forth. Okay? So I guess wala namang question sa calendar. And now, let's talk about the shopping list. Ito na yung textbook, so on and so forth. Okay? So let's begin with the textbook. Is it required? No. I don't use the word required but it is highly suggested. Because in your lecture, your problem sets will come from the textbook. Okay? So if you don't have any textbooks at all, then you may find it difficult to look for the questions being asked in the problem set, no? Okay? So ganon. So sa problem set, nasa book kasi siya. Okay? So that means if you have the capacity to purchase one, then you can buy, no? Physical book to, no? I guess physical book siya, no? Kasi last semester physical book yun eh. Okay. So this is a physical book that you can purchase through Tom's Bookstore. You know how to purchase there naman. You can go to their FB page or you can email them at tomsbookstore@feu.edu.ph. Okay? So this is actually 955 pesos. Okay? I was just informed na naging 955 siya. So again, this is highly suggested na magkaroon kayo nito. I don't say na required siya, highly suggested lang. So if you have the capacity to purchase it, then please do so. If you don't have any capacity to purchase it, then gawan nyo na lang ng paraan. Okay? Find ways for you to have a copy of the questions being asked in the problem set. For the laboratory, um, we will use the textbook as a reference material lang. Okay? But for the lecture, it is very important kasi yung prop set nga na nasa textbook. Is it really necessary agad na magkaroon? Hindi naman. Okay. Why? Because even though we will give you problem sets, no, especially in the lecture, even though magbibigay kami ng problem sets, the deadline is not next week, no? Matagal pa. The deadline of your first problem set is actually set on week 5. So you still have at least 3 weeks to go before the deadline of your first problem set. Matagal pa. So kayo, it's your choice. Kung bibili kayo agad or next week na lang. Okay. So kayo bahala. Okay. So it's up to you kung bibili na agad kayo. Because again, the deadline for the first problem set is on week 5 pa. You still have 3 weeks to go. Okay. So yan. Hindi naman siya agad-agad kailangan. Okay. So ayan, to summarize, textbook is not really required. No? We only highly suggest you to have a copy of it so that you will be able to answer the problem sets in the soonest time. No? Kasi kapag let's say yung classmates nyo hindi nagbibigay ng pictures, mahirapan ka maghanap ng problems. No? Also, keep in mind that the online versions are different with the one that we will be using. No? If you just look for the analytical chemistry by Scoop, iba-ibang versions yan eh. We have the Philippine edition, we have the international edition, and sometimes the questions there are jumbled. No? Halo-halo yung questions. So, you might be able to answer a wrong item if you use a different version of the textbook. No? So anyway, you still have plenty of time to think if you're going to purchase this or not. But again, we highly recommend you to at least have a textbook for this course. Okay? Ayun. Next one is calculator. Just as I said, analytical chemistry is a measurement science. No? So basically, what we're going to do here is to compute the concentrations, do arithmetic, algebraic equations, logarithmic equation, polynomials. We will do all those things you did in high school. No? Yung math nyo, nasa chem na uli. Okay? So that's why we need to have a powerful calculator. So, to my students last semester, I emailed them the preferred version of the calculator. Kung naalala nyo, yun sa final grade nyo. Sa babang line doon, I indicated that I highly suggest you to purchase this version of the calculator. So it is either Casio 991 or Casio 570. Okay. Why those two calculators? Because those two calculators are programmable, meaning they can perform shift-solve calculations. And performing shift-solve calculation is necessary in chemistry kasi if you do the long method, it will take you a while. No? You really need to learn your algebra, your logarithm, your exponentials. Okay? But with a calculator that is capable of performing shift-solve calculation, you don't need to derive anymore. You just press shift and solve, then your calculator will do the work. Okay? Kasi, ayun nga, sinasabi ko, pag hindi kaya yung shift solve, manual. Okay? You have to do derivation, which will take a long period of time. Kaya, it's better if you have a programmable calculator. So with that, I highly suggest you to at least have Casio 991, that's ES, ES Plus, or EX, or Casio 570, ES or ES Plus. Okay, so yun. If you cannot purchase a calculator na powerful, kunwari, your budget is really restricted, then I will recommend you this website. Okay, the Casio Education offers 90-day trial for their calculator, the emulator of their calculators. So if you check this link, you will be redirected to their website. Okay, just press this link, then you will be redirected to their website. Then I want you to scroll down and look for this picture here. Look for that model. Okay, the FXES Plus emulator. So pagka-click ng website, scroll down lang. Okay, you just need to scroll down, and then here you have your FXES Plus emulator. You don't need to buy this one kasi if you purchase this sorry, if you purchase this emulator, it is the same price as the physical calculator, no? If you purchase 570 in Shopee, that's 800 pesos, if I recall it correctly. If you purchase this emulator, 800 pesos then. So, just use the free trial. Okay? Tsaka, again, this is just for those who don't have any budget for now. Okay? So, kapag walang budget, emulator muna tayo. Okay? So, you just click here, select the model. Again, I highly suggest the 570 and the 991 version. Press that. And then click on download. Then this pop-up link will show up. Click nyo yung student, university, the region, Philippines for example. Yan. And then I have read. Okay, download. Then you need to install the software. Next lang yan. Pindot lang. Then once installed, it will look like this now. So this is the copy of that software. Okay, so this is 991 ES Plus now, second edition. So it is virtually the same as the physical calculator. Na? Ayan. So it's basically the same as the physical calculator. No? Okay, so again, this is for those without any budget for now. Okay, so the reason why we need to use this calculator 570991 is that it is capable of performing shift solve calculations. No? Okay, so I will during the delivery of our course, I will teach you the shortcuts, no? Kasi if we always do the long method, matagal, no? It will take us a lot of time just to answer one problem, no? But with shift solve, everything will be easier, no? Okay, so let me demonstrate you how the shift solve works, no? Suppose I want to solve for the value of x, no? Okay, so let's say e raised to x. Don't worry, ituturo ko to, ha? So let's say e raised to x is equals to 3. What's the value of x? No? So normally, if you are good in algebra, what you will do is this. In order for you to solve for the value of x, you need to manipulate the equation in such way that the x is outside the exponential. Ano ba yan? Puro org chem. Ayan. Anyway, ayan. So if you want to solve this manually, you need to rewrite the equation in which the x is outside the exponential function. How will you do that? You get the natural logarithm of both sides of the equation. So according to algebra, this can be written as sorry, ln e will be equal to 1, and then yung x magiging ano siya, coefficient. So x ln of e equals 3. Okay. Sorry, excuse me. And then x is equals to 3 over ln of e. So ganun. Maraming ganap-ganap na. So, mahaba-haba pa yan. I don't know if tama yung pagkakagawa ko, but ganun. Magde-derive ka talaga just in order for you to solve for the value of x. But if you use your calculator, gagawin mo na lang, you just type the equation and then you press the shift and the solve. Ayun na, solve. Kaya shift solve tawag namin dyan. Just press shift then solve. It will tell you it will solve for the value of x. Just press equal sign, then that's your answer. Okay, this is very helpful, especially in doing titration calculations, um, electroanalytical methods, no? So ganun. Nag-crush yung brain. Ako, okay lang yan. Okay lang yan. Don't worry, pag calculation, mabagal ako. Okay? Lahat ng kabagalan gagawin ko so that you can catch up. Okay? This is the reason why I want you to have the similar calculator with me. Yun yung reason bakit sabi ko 991 and 570 yung kailangan. Why? Kasi ito. Sorry. Kasi pag ginamit ko tong calculator, at least you will see the same buttons that I see, no? And also, kapag nagkilag ako rito, you will know what buttons to press, no? Suppose I want you to do linear regression, if you recall that in your statistics, diba? We will also do that in analytical chem. Linear regression. So, makita nyo dito what buttons should you press, no? For example, I will tell you press mode. Okay, kita nyo, lumabas yung mode doon. Then press 3 for statistics. Yan. And then choose number 2 for the linear regression. Ayun. And then you will be given a table XY, then the calculator will do the linear regression for you. If you do that manually by hand, it will take you around 20 minutes to just accomplish one problem. Kung naaalala nyo yun sa statistics niya. Ang tagal-tagal bago mag-solve ng Pearson correlation coefficient. Okay? So that's why I highly recommend you to have this type of calculator, the 991 and the 570. If you can purchase one, go for it. However, if you don't have any budget for now, that's understandable given our situation right now. You just go to this website. I posted here, itong Casio Education website, and then look for this one. Select the model that I am using. You either choose this 570 991 or just the 991. Okay? Both of them are the same lang naman. Okay? And then press download. Okay? And then ganito yung makikita nyo. Okay? High school trauma is coming back. Yes. Kasi the thing with Anachem is, again, this is a this is a measurement science. And when doing measurements, we have to learn statistics, we have to learn polynomials, quadratic equation, exponential functions, logarithmic functions. We need to perform all of those calculations just to arrive with the measurement we are looking for. Kaya yan. It is intimidating at first. However, as we go through this discussion, through the discussions that we will have in the future, it will be tolerable. Okay? So, magiging madali na lang siya. Okay? Ang dami niyong English na terms. Kaya yan. Don't worry. Did you know, ito, as a chemist, one of the subjects we hate is analytical chemistry. In order for you to complete the analytical chemistry course, you have to take 3 versions of it, Anachem 1, 2, and 3. So, meaning 3 semesters siya. And in the board exam, this is one of the hardest topic. No? Ito yung pinakamahirap. Like, ito yung pinakamababa kung sa board exam. Although passing naman, of course. Yung iba, line of 8. Tas ito, 75. Mataas na yung 75 because yung mga friends ko, ang score nila sa Anachem ng board exam, 60, 50, 20. Ayan. Medyo ano talaga siya, super stressful. Kaya nung nakakuha ko dito 75, sabi ko, ay, thank you Lord. Pasado na talaga. Yeah. Ay, kaya gumagamit kayo ng thesaurus. Anyway, so again, analytical chemistry is hard. If you just look at it, no? Pag tinignan mo lang siya, ay, ang hirap naman, ang daming algebra. But, don't worry, as I teach you the course, no? Magiging easy na lang siya. But one of the requirements is yung magkaroon kayo ng calculator like this one. Okay? So that whenever I press something, you will also do the same, no? Same tayo na nakikita. No? Ayan. Okay? Let me just clear. Shift, clear, 3. Yan. Okay. So, yan. So, again, please download this calculator and then you will be given 90-day trial. 90 days is way beyond the end of the semester naman. Okay? So, makasurvive kayo even by just using this virtual calculator. Okay? Puro kayo thesaurus. Anyway, now let's talk about the home lab activity. Okay? So again, one of the formative assessments in the laboratory is the home lab activities. Okay, and in the home lab activities, you will be doing experiments on your own. There will be 8 experiments in total. So, since we are 40 in this class, you will be grouped into 5. Okay, kasi 40 divided by 5 is 8, meaning all the groups will be 8 in terms of the number of members. No? So, 8 members per group. So, ideally, ayan, 40 members kayo. And divided by 5, edi 8 nga. So, ideally, when doing the home lab activity, you need to assign one person to do the experiment. No? Diba, 8 kayo. We have 8 experiment. No? So, mag-assign kayo. Sino yung gagawa ng experiment? For example, Louie will do the first experiment. Second experiment will be conducted by Santino. Third experiment will be Mary France. Third experiment will be Ira. Fourth experiment will be Ellery. Kayo bahala na. So, that's why we need 5 groups. No? Para when we distribute the experiments, no? When you distribute the experiments, lahat may gagawin. Okay? So, yun. We highly suggest that you group yourselves, no? Talaga. Kasi merong gusto individual, no? Reason is nasa ibang bansa, so on so forth. But I think mas magiging mahirap yung individual. Kasi if you are group, isang experiment lang gagawin mo. You just do one experiment. But if you will do it individually, you need to do 8 experiments. Okay? 8 experiments gagawin mo. Which is stressful, di ba? So, if in terms of ang concern nyo ay dahil nasa ibang bansa, I guess okay na yung per group, no? You don't need to communicate with them naman constantly, no? Given yung time zone differences, di ba? You just do the experiment on your own, then tell your group members na this is what I found in this experiment. Are you okay with this? And then kung okay sila, then you can submit the file. Okay? So, ganun. So, yan, I highly suggest that you join groups so that the workload will be evenly distributed. Okay? So, ganun. So, before we group ourselves, I will just walk you through the needed materials for this experiment. In terms of the software, you need to have Microsoft Office Excel. I think lahat naman meron nito. In case na yung Microsoft Excel nyo is not licensed, just go to this portion, itong account, and then register your FEU mail. Okay? Dito sa subscription. No? You can change the license to your FEU mail. Free yan. Okay? So yan. In my case, this belongs to JR Cruz, FEU Edu PH, and these are the licensed accounts. Okay? So wag kayo gumamit ng ng crack, no. Maximize the use of your tuition fee. Okay? So, that's for the software, no? So Microsoft Office Excel. And then for the mobile app, you need to use a colorimeter app. Okay? So, for the colorimeter app, I only found an iPhone version of this one. I don't have an Android phone with me kasi nasira yung battery niya. So, yung iPhone lang yung alam ko. Okay. So, yan, you just need to download that colorimeter app. This is how it looks like. Let me show you. So, ito yung colorimeter app. Basically, it can tell you the RGB values. No? And we will need to, we will need those data in creating calibration curve for experiment 7. Don't worry, I will create a video about the experiments. No? So that's the iPhone version of that app. I don't know if there's an equivalent version in Android. No? But I will look. No? Nasira kasi battery ng Android ko. Anyway, okay, so those are the two software needed, no? MS Excel and the colorimeter app. And then for the apparatus, for those who are in the Philippines, alam niyo naman, Shopee ang takbuhan natin. Ako during my isolation period, I got COVID kasi earlier this year. Nag-scroll lang ako sa Shopee. Ayan, tas yan, bumili-bili ako nan. Okay? So, you don't need to buy all of this, no? I created an announcement yesterday indicating the materials needed per experiment, no? So, for example, the experiment assigned to you is the first experiment. You don't need to purchase anything other than drawing materials. Okay? If the experiment assigned to you is experiment number 2, you don't need to purchase anything kasi I know you have laptop and Excel with you, right? Pero for example, the experiment that is assigned to you by the group is experiment 3, then this is the time you need to purchase something such as a glass beaker, weighing scale, a plant leaves, just go outside, no? Or if you are a plantito, murderin nyo na yung halaman nyo. And then yung tawas. And oven. By the way, I highly suggest that for experiment 3, assign it to someone with oven. Wag kayo bibili ng oven. Yaman nyo naman. Oven lang. Okay? So, whoever has an oven with you at home, siya na yung kukuha ng experiment 3. Sir, what if wala po talagang oven? You can sun dry it. No? Okay, you can put it under the sun, allow it to dry for days, but it will take a while for you to finish the experiment. Okay? So, ayan. I highly suggest that you do the experiment if you have an oven with you. Okay? And then for those who will be assigned to conduct experiment 4, These are the materials you need to have: beaker or a test tube. Okay, I have a link here on where to purchase those stuff. Pwede rin naman kayo pumunta ng National Bookstore or Mercury Drug. You can ask them if they have these materials. For the pH paper, I highly suggest you to purchase this material here, the Universal PHP paper in Shopee. Why? Kasi it is cheap and at the same time it can tell you the exact pH, no? So hindi siya yung red and blue lang like litmus paper. It can actually tell you the pH value. Let me show you. I actually purchased two of them. Okay. Okay, this is this is the kit that I purchased through Shopee. Teka lang. I have here the graduated cylinder. I think 50 pesos lang ata to 30. Beaker, ito, 20 pesos ish. And the pH paper. Okay, so again, I highly suggest that you purchase this pH paper mismo. Why? It can distinguish what specific pH value your solution is, no. Ayan, mayroon siyang numbers 1 to 10 and actually accurate siya, no. I tried using this sa vinegar and it gave me a pH of 3. pH 3 yung vinegar kasi natin. So yeah, this is accurate, no. So I highly suggest you to have this type of pH paper. Okay? And marami siya. You have 80 strips here. This is enough for the entire course. You only need to purchase one, but in my case, I purchased two of this kasi wala lang. It's cheap eh. Yan. Okay? So that's for that is for those who will be assigned the experiment 4. You just need a test tube and the pH paper. When it comes to 5 to 10 liquid solutions, 5 to 10 liquid solutions, ano yan, choose your own solution at home. Pwedeng muriatic acid, liquid sosa, drain cleaner, sodium bicarbonate solution, milk. Ayan, you can use all those liquid solutions. Okay, so anyway, so these are the materials needed per experiment. So whichever experiment is assigned to you by the group, then these are the materials you need to purchase. No? Okay. By the way, when conducting the experiment, we will actually dedicate one session for this, okay? So we will dedicate one entire session so that we can do the experiment on our class schedule, no? Pwede naman kayo hindi gumawa during that class schedule, but I will demonstrate it to you on that day mismo, okay? So that in case my questions, technical issues, I can answer to that. No? Okay. So for the laboratory, we have minimum of 2 meetings and maximum of 4. So one of them will be dedicated for the home lab activity. Okay. For the link, they are posted here sa Canvas. Punta kayo sa page na to, shopping list. It is, the links are provided here. Ayan, Shopee, pindutin nyo lang. Then, you will be redirected to the Shopee link. Shopee kasi, wala lang. Mas maganda yung UI niya. Kasi sa Lazada, pag pinindot mo yung isa, ang dami nangyayari. I don't like that. But that's why I preferred Shopee here. Okay? So, this is the PH paper. It's just 41 pesos. Kaya dalawa binili ko para 100 including shipping fee. Ayan. So, ayan lang. So, again, not litmus paper, ha? Kasi litmus paper, it will just tell you if it is acidic or basic, no? Red kapag acidic, blue kapag basic. But this one can actually tell you the exact pH value, no? If it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it is kind of accurate, no? Yan. So, I highly suggest you to purchase this one. For the food weighing scale, ito na lang. I think some of you has this weighing scale already because we actually used this last semester. if you can still recall. Okay, so I highly recommend you to use this one. Okay, kasi maganda siya. Okay, and then thermometer, it's you don't really need to buy a thermometer talaga. But in case you want to buy one, edi sige. The thermometer can be the kitchen thermometer, the body thermometer, or the infrared thermometer. Uh, we have a question. Pwede po ba yung sa palengke? Ay, yung timbangan? No. Kasi we want a weighing scale that can measure up to 0.01 grams. Yung sa timbangan kasi kilo-kilo yun, di ba? Okay. So at least you should be able to measure up to 0.01 grams. And apparently this weighing scale can do that. Okay. It can measure up to 500 grams with 0.01 graduations. Okay. So this is accurate. Kaya ito na lang. Pag sa palengke, hindi kaya. Okay. So, ito yung pipiliin nyo. 500 grams, 0.01 gram intervals. Wag yung 3 kilo ha. Hindi tayo magtitinda. Mag-weigh lang tayo. Okay? The toaster, you don't need to purchase this. Just assign this to anyone who has an oven toaster at home. No? And then yung tub, it could be any Tupperware, or if you have a deeper tabo, you can use that. Okay. So again, you don't need to purchase all of them. I already posted what materials are needed per experiment. Okay. Ay, asa na yun? Ito. So for example, your group assigned you experiment 8. Then these are the materials you need. No? Basically, you don't have to buy any except for the syringe. No? 20 ml syringe is just 10 pesos. Okay. For example, you are assigned experiment 7, then this is the thing that you need to prepare. A cell phone with a colorimeter app, glass beaker, grad seal, colored paper, and then ink colors and water. And for example, you are assigned experiment number 6. These are the materials you need to purchase. No? Anyway, you don't need to purchase them naman in advance. No? Kasi for example, if you are assigned experiments 5 to 8, we will do it on the finals period, which is from May to March. From March to May. Matagal pa. Okay? You only need to focus on the first 4 experiments. No? You don't need to buy all of them agad. Just focus on the experiments that we will do from January to March. No? Ayan. So, yan lang yung gagawin natin. Ito, saka na yan. Okay? So, ayan. Any question about the materials needed? Ay, hindi nyo pala nakikita yung sinashare ko na screen. My God. Sorry. Hindi pala siya nakashare. Ayan. Siguro nagtataka kayo. Ano kaya pinipindot ni sir? Sorry. Ayan. So, ito yung link sa Shopee. Ano ba yan? Lutang ako. And so, the link to the Shopee website per materials are here in this shopping list for Analytical Chem Lab. No? And so, pag prinas nyo yan, you will be redirected to the Shopee website. Okay? Ayan. Ito lang bilhin nyo yung 10 ml. 34 pala yan. By the way, 5 pieces pala siya. Okay. So, yan. So, this is the thermometer. You don't really need to purchase this one kasi even body thermometers will work. And I know everyone has a body thermometer with you due to the recent Omicron surge. Ayun. This is the weighing scale. When purchasing this one, select the 500 gram with 0.01 gram increments. Okay. Okay, we want to be able to measure up to 1/100th of a gram so that our data will be accurate. And then for the pH paper, this is the material we need. Ayan. So again, ito highly suggested because it can tell you the exact pH value. Ayan. Okay. So ito yung mga materials needed for experiment. I'm sorry, I forgot to share the screen kanina. Okay. So yan, again, for those who are assigned to do experiments 1 to 4, kayo lang yung magpe-prepare. But for those who will be assigned experiments 5 to 8, you can chill pa kasi we will do those experiments by March pa. Okay. About 2 months from now. Okay. So yun lang. Any question about the materials? Because if there are none, maybe we can proceed with the groupings. Okay. Do you have any questions about the materials? Ito. May question pala si Axel. Sir, do you still have the link for the kit? Oo. Hindi. Isa-isa ko siya binili. But for this one, ito yung mga apparatus, yung test tube, grad seal, beakers, they come from the same supplier. Kaya when they deliver it to you, naka-box siya. And then for the other apparatus, they are sold by other suppliers. So, isa-isa sila darating sa doorstep. Santino. Yes, Santino.
Oh yes, I have a question. So, did you say that it's only optional if you want to get the materials?
Get the materials from Shopee.
Oh yes, is it optional? Like,
Yeah.
do we have, like you said, like we have to, or you don't have to?
Yeah. You can choose not to purchase the material from Shopee, especially for those living abroad. Nasa ibang bansa ka ba? Or
Okay,
dito?
thank you.
Because for example, you are, let's say, in the States, no, wala namang Shopee sa States. What they have is Amazon, di ba? Or you can go to Walmart, Target. You can purchase these materials there. No. Sa Walmart, marami. Okay. But in the Philippines, you don't have those things. So, go for Shopee na lang. Yeah. Ayan. Kunwari, you don't want to purchase sa Shopee, or this is for the locals sa class natin, mga nasa Pilipinas. You can buy these materials sa National Bookstore. But again, if you are abroad, then look for suppliers. Walmart, meron nito. Pag Amazon, baka pricey. So just go to Walmart. Okay. Are there any questions from the class? Okay. So, I guess there are no questions about the materials. Again, this is optional. Pag local ka, you buy Shopee.
Oh,
Pag hindi,
turtle.
yes. Okay. Okay. So, with that in mind, maybe we can assign groups na. Okay. So, I want you, if you're using your laptop, go to the People tab in Canvas. Okay. So, this is our course card, right? So, go to the People tab. Okay. Press this tab. and then go to section 3. Yeah. So go to section 3. Okay. Then you have to choose the group number of your liking. No? Kung ano gusto niyong group number, sige. Okay. I actually allowed self sign up, which means that you can choose your group. Kayo bahala. Okay. Provided that you are in the same section. Okay. So you can choose which group number do you want to belong with. By the way, we don't need to finalize this agad. No? We will finalize the groupings next week. Ibig sabihin, for now, we can sign up in this group and we can still move to different groups until next week. We will finalize it. So yun lang, again, just go to the people tab, choose section 3, then sign up to whatever number you want to belong with. Okay. And again, there is a maximum number of 8 students per group. So 8 times 5, that's 40. 1 experiment per student. Okay. And those who are assigned to the experiments 1 to 4, sila lang yung kailangan mag-prepare for now. Those who will be assigned experiments 5 to 8, can chill for now. Okay. Ay, hello. Okay na ba? Nagalaw ko yung jack. Hello. Dinig na ba? Hello. Sir, konti pa. Okay na. Nagalaw ko yung jack eh. Sorry for that, nagalaw ko yung jack. Okay na, ayan, sige. So again, just go to the people tab, choose section 3, and then kayo bahala, what group number do you want, no? Okay, and we don't need to finalize the groupings yet, no? You can still move to different groups until next week. Next week tayo magpa-finalize, no? Maybe February 4. Okay? So let me check kung sino na sign up. Wala pa nagsa-sign up. Pili na kayo ng groups nyo. And then we'll see kung ano kung saan kayo belong. Wala pa rin. Looking for group mates. Kasi sa section 1, we already have groupings. Ayan. Section 3, meron na. Si Louie, siya yung assigned group leader sa group 3. Group leader kasi ikaw yung first na nag-sign up. Sa section 1, ito yung groupings namin. Hindi pa kompleto lahat. I think late enroll is yung iba. Okay. And then for this class, ayan. Si Louie pa lang yung nasa group 3. Choose your groupings muna. Where do you find this in Canvas? Just go to our course card. Okay. So in the courses tab, choose the analytical chemistry laboratory. And then on the left side, click this people. Okay. Itong people tab. Then choose section 3. Okay. So we have 2 students already. Group 3 is the group of Louie. Group 4 is the group of Alisa. Parang last year ko pa to tinatanong sa'yo. Sorry. Okay. Nadagdagan na. For group 2, this is the group of Mary France. She is with Audrey. Si Louie, siya pa rin. Si Alisa. Tatlo na sila. So we have Ellery and Misha. Sir, is it the one that says section? Just go to the section 3 tab. Ito yon. And then choose any group number. No? So section 2, group 1, section 2, group 2, section 2, group 3, section 2, group 4, section 2, group 5. Just choose what group number do you want to belong to. By the way, for our first laboratory experiment, this is not actually an experiment. Okay. Please assign experiment 1 to someone that can draw well. Because our first activity is you need to draw apparatus. Laboratory apparatus. So kung sino yung magaling mag-drawing, siya yung i-assign niya. Okay? Pag hindi magaling mag-drawing, sa ibang groups na lang. Ayan, marami na. So group 2 is already complete. This is the group of Axel, Jasmine, Jacqueline, Al, I, Cleo, Jacob, Audrey, Mary France. Parang mga students ko to dati. Yes, Ira.
So, I have a question po. Sa end ko po kasi ng Canvas, hindi po lumalabas yung grouping per section. Lahat po ng names lumalabas. Pero hindi po yung per section.
Nasa laptop ka ba?
Yes po.
Can you share the screen? Okay lang. Para ma-check ko.
Ano ko po yung name sa
Share ka ng screen. Pwede naman ata eh. Okay, so doon ka sa groups. Go to the groups. Ayan. Go to section 2. Section 2 yung nalagay ka. Ayan. Tapos pili ka ng group number dyan. Okay? This goes to everyone. Okay? So just go to groups and then choose section 2, group 1, section 2, group 2, section 2, group 3, so on and so forth. Ayan. Okay? So I hope that's clear. Okay na. Okay na, Ira?
Section 3 po kasi.
Okay. Any questions? Nawala na si Ira. Okay, so any questions? Ba't ako naka-highlight? Ay. Oopsie. Ay, ang dami ko napipindot. Wait lang. Okay, we have a chat. Sir, paano po pag sa phone? Kapag sa phone, dun ka sa browser. Sa browser pa. And then, enable mo yung yung website view. Let me show you kung paano. Let me show kung paano pag sa cellphone. Okay? Kasi in the Canvas app, hindi siya mag-show talaga. Okay? Okay, ayan, naka-screen mirror ako. So if you want to join groups sa cellphone, ganito lang. FEUPH. Yan. Login ka lang dyan. Choose your email account. Okay. Tapos, dito sa dalawang letters, yung A and A, you choose request desktop website. Okay? Tapos login ulit. Request desktop website. Ay, ganun din. Anyway. Then, go to courses. Punta ka dito sa laboratory. Then, yung drop down arrow dito sa top right. Ayan. Press that. Then, go to people. Ayan. Then, makikita mo yung tabs. Ayan. Choose section 3 or yung groups. Okay? So, ganun. For those using cell phone, just use the browser version of Canvas. Kasi in the app version, yung mobile app version, walang people tab eh. Okay. Example, this one is the app version. Wala siyang people tab. Ay, meron pala. Pero list lang ng names. Yeah, you cannot access the groups through the mobile app, so you need to use the browser version. Okay? So, yun lang. So anyway, just to summarize, this is the current groupings. Okay. For group 1, we have the group of Axel. And the members are Cleo, Denise, Angeline, Francesca, and Jacob. You can still move to different groups, ha?
Sir, wait lang sa group namin, nagkakagulo pa kami sa GC.
Sige lang.
Yung mga sumasali po kasi.
Okay lang. Next week pa naman natin siya i-finalize, don't worry. And then currently for group 2, that's Jasmine, Jacqueline, Audrey. For group 3, this is already complete. Oh, nabawasan. So we have Valerie, Alisa, Misha, Frances, King, and Mary France. 4, nagkakalipatan na kayo ng groups. Angelica, Charlene, Santino. And then group 5 is already complete. Patricia, Zia, Ira, Sophia, Jayan, Mark, Chanel, and Christian. Okay, so anyway, balikan na lang natin to next week, okay? So, we will finalize the groupings next week. So, it's up to you to negotiate kung may gusto kayo palayasin sa group. ang rude din, no? So, kayo bahala, no? To negotiate, to swap group numbers. So, it's up to you. Yeah, I think you have your class GC naman, di ba? So, just communicate with your peers respectfully, okay? So, kailangan magalang pa rin all the time. Okay? So, basically, that's our orientation. So, again, always check the calendar of the calendar of activities in case there are class suspensions or in case we need to move assessments. Okay, and just look for this one always. And then the shopping list is here. Okay, please read it carefully. And if you are here in the Philippines, you can use Shopee. Or if you want to purchase it on your own, go to National Bookstore. But the apparatus in National Bookstore is actually expensive. No? It's twice the price of the apparatus found in Shopee. So kung ako sa inyo, Shopee na lang. And depending on what group number you will be assigned to, there are different materials that you need to prepare. Again, for those who will be assigned experiments 1 to 4, kayo lang yung magpe-prepare. Okay? For those who are assigned experiments 5 to 8, you can chill for now. And we will we will do the experiments by March pa naman. So, matagal pa. And again, for the experiments, we will dedicate one session for the discussion and the technicalities in case there are any. Okay. However, for the first experiment, we don't need to have any discussions about this kasi basically you will be just asked to draw the apparatus. No? Okay. So kung sino yung magaling mag-drawing, experiment 1 kayo. Okay. Drawing materials. Some people asked this yesterday. What specific drawing materials do I need to have? You can use pencil, ball pen, paper, or uh, if you are an artist on your own talaga, then you can use a graphics tablet or your iPad with Apple Pencil. Kayo bahala, or your stylus sa Galaxy nyo. So it doesn't need to be perfect naman, okay? So for example, let's say one of the apparatus that you will be asked to draw next meeting is the beaker. Okay, kunwari, beaker. Hindi naman kailangan perfect. Okay? So ganun lang. Basta maganda, basta understandable yung drawing. Ayan. Bali-bali ko pa yung beaker ko. Okay, so ganyan. Then may spout doon. Ayan, may spout. Okay na yan. Beaker na yan. Okay. Kunwari, you are asked to draw graduated cylinder. Graduated cylinder. Okay na yan. Habaan nyo lang yung beaker. Mas lagyan nyo ng markings, of course. Markings. Okay? Kasi ako nga, di ako magaling mag-drawing eh. So, I won't expect that much naman. But of course, make sure that the drawing is clean. Okay? Papangitan tayo ng drawing. Kunwari, crucible. 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 Ayan, crucible. Ayan, handle. Ayan. So, tongs. May tongs kasi sa chemistry. Ayan, pwede na yan. Okay. Hindi na ako magdedemand. Pangit drawing ko eh. Okay? So, basically, just assign the first experiment to those who are artsy in the group. No? It doesn't need to be perfect naman. No? Look at my drawings. Do you think I have the I have the audacity to ask you perfect drawings? So, yeah. Just basic lang. Okay? For the home lab activity 2, dito we will dedicate a session for this one because we will be using Excel. Okay? Excel. Ayan. Ayan. For the worksheet of the experiments, they will be posted, no? They will be posted, no? So for experiment 1, I will post the worksheet by Friday. Okay? For experiment 2, I will post the worksheet by next week pa. Next week pa naman kasi siya. Then for experiment 3, I will post the worksheet by week 5. Okay? So, ganun lang. I will also create a video starting experiments 2 to 8. Okay? So, I will record myself doing the experiment, but we will still do it synchronously, no? In case lang na may clarification kayo. But again, for the first experiment, magdo-drawing lang talaga. Okay? So I guess you need to finalize the groupings on your own muna, and then next week we will discuss that again. No? We need to finalize the groupings and whoever leader you want to choose. Okay? Sir, pwede po ba mang-kick po? Okay, bahala. Basta be respectful lang. Baka mamaya ma-post kayo sa 1FEU. Sabihin doon shout out po kay Mary France. Kinik out ako. Nababasa ko yung mga post niya doon. Okay. Sabihin niyo week 2 pala ng klase. Nilalabas na yung sama ng loob, yung tunay na kulay. Kayo bahala sa buhay. Basta be respectful lang, okay? You can still change group numbers naman, no? Kayo na bahala sa group chat niya. And then next week, we will finalize it, okay? So, I guess, do you have any question about the course? Pa-feedback po kay Sir Jim. Ayun, nababasa ko rin yan. Feedback po kay Sir Jim. Tapos sasabihin naman ng mga student ko na mababait. Swerte ka kay Sir Jim. Ayan. Tinatag pa nga ako nila minsan pero hindi ako nagre-respond. Ano po na-feel nyo pag yung feedback na yan pogi si Sir Jim? Ano lang? Ngiti lang. Okay. So, do you have any question with regards to our class? Meron pa bang question? By the way, for those who are abroad, na siguro nag-iisip kayo na what about the time zone? No? You don't, again, when doing the experiment, if you are assigned to that experiment, you will be working on your own naman. Okay? So, kunwari, you are assigned experiment 4, and then you will need to do that on your own. Okay? Kaya ayun, no? Time zone is not really an issue. No? Kasi ikaw lang gagawa on your own. Then, you may ask help from your group mates. But again, kaya nyo naman na yan. Okay? Sir, wala pa po ako ka-group. Feeling ko I belong with you. Gagawang kita ng group. Gym fanatics, ganun. Hindi. Okay, so I guess that's it, no, for our session today. This Friday, we will have our chapter 1 discussion. By the way, I forgot to show you the modules. No, this is the chapter 1 module, chapter 2 module, so on and so forth. Just go to this page, the chapter 1 learning materials. You will have the chapter schedule here, the objectives, the suggested readings, and the copy of the PowerPoint. If you don't want to download it, then you can just use this embedded file. You can press this, no, so that you can move through the slides. Ayan. Ayan yung di-discuss natin next meeting. Okay? If you are asking, no, what's Harris? No, kasi ang alam nyo, Skug eh, 'di ba? This is the textbook that I urge you to purchase, no? Kasi andyan yung problem set. What's Harris, no? Harris is actually a textbook, no, author who I love the most. Kasi I really find Harris' discussion very easy to understand, no? I uploaded a copy of this PDF in the lecture. Okay, punta lang kayo sa lecture nyo kahit hindi nyo ako teacher. Okay, nakasync siya eh. So, gawin nyo, in order to get a copy of this textbook from Harris, punta lang kayo dito, chapter 1 sa lecture. And then, go to the chapter 1 learning materials. There you will get the Harris textbook, this one, and the AOAC method of analysis. Okay? So, yan. So, suggested reading lang siya. Pero, most of the content of our lesson and even the problem sets, the questions, will come from Skug. Okay? Pero kung masipag kayo magbasa, try reading Harris. Matutuwa kayo. Kasi, nung nabasa ko siya, napa-thank you Lord ako. Anyway, so ganun lang. So basically, that's the chapter 1 learning materials. You have your textbook, the corresponding author, and the chapter, the material here. Another thing is the discussion board. No? If you read the recent announcement, okay, I urge you to use the discussion board because you will earn 1 bonus point to be added to your quiz score if you contributed to any discussion board. Okay? So we have 9 discussion boards in total. So ibig sabihin, if you contributed to all of those, that means you will earn 9 points to be added to your quiz. Okay? Ano lang siya, maximum of 1 point per discussion board. Okay? So, hindi porket nag-ask ka ng 5 question in the same discussion board, meaning 5 points. No, you will still earn 1 point lang. Okay? So, I also give bonus points sa classes natin as we do our classes na. Magbibigay ako ng bonus points. Alam yan ng mga students ko. Bibigay ako ng bonus for quiz ganito. Na, especially kapag mababa score. So, yeah. Don't worry, generous naman tayo sa points, sa mga bonus. Basta, gawin niya. So, by participating in the discussion board, you will earn 1 point automatically. And it is not limited to questions only. You can also give us insights. Na? Kunwari, wala ka talagang question, edi feedback na lang, insight. You can write down, this experiment is very annoying. Okay, I find this experiment relevant to my field, no? Na ganon. I actually did this experiment last year. Ganon. It's up to you, whatever things you want to type down in the discussion board. So again, for every discussion boards you contributed, you will earn 1 bonus point to be added to your quiz. Okay? For your first quiz, you can have a maximum of 2 bonus points coming from the discussion board. Saan galing yung 2 points na yan? The first point will come from the general course Q&A. Okay, dito yon. Look, may 36 contributions na. Okay. So, ano yung ipopost nyo sa general course Q&A? Ito, name, age, section, so on and so forth. No? So, for example, ako, my name, Jim Cruz, age, 24. Naka-24 ko lang, so, quarter life crisis. Section, kung ano section nyo. Dream job, my dream job is to, ano ba, maging, ano na lang, Elon Musk. Ayun. How did your first semester go? Struck? I find the first semester very difficult to handle. Hindi naman dahil sa mga students ko. Difficult to handle kasi yung internet ko for the entire semester. Ano siya? Magulo kasi converge ako eh. Ayun, so struggle in a sense na yung internet connection. Pero yung students wise, mababait naman yung mga students ko na yan. Expectations in this class. So I will be talking to you, ha. Expectation ko sa inyo. Just be just be open in case you have any questions. Do not hesitate to ask questions. I love it when students ask questions kasi it shows na interested kayo sa subject. Okay? And do you have any questions regarding this class? It's up to you, no? So, ganun lang. So, by answering these questions, may bonus point na kayo. Okay? So, kung walang question, okay lang naman. Pero kung may, meron, sabihin nyo na lang din. Okay? For example, ito si Harvey nagsabi na, Sir, required po ba yung materials? Opo. Dream job, physician, pedya, pag-start ng business, pag tumanda, maging professor. Parang sinabi mo naman, tanda ko na. Kaka 24 ko lang kasa quarter life crisis na. Expectation in this class para sa B+, eh. Gusto talaga mataas na grade. Tanggap ko naman po grade ka. Okay.
Sad boy po yun, sir.
Ha?
Sad boy po.
Sorry. Ito si Louie. English, wow. Best in essay. Are we required to purchase? Nasagot ko na naman, so di ko na sasagutin ulit, ha? As of now, I don't have question. Ganun na. Medical doctor. Ayan. Ayan, at least I will have an idea, no? Kung ano yung, ano kayo sa life. Ano gusto niyo sa buhay, okay? So, ganun lang for now. That's your task, no? Just to answer the general course Q&A. On the next meeting, we will have discussion on chapter 1. Okay? I guess wala nang question, no? So, I'll see you again next meeting, no? So, it's already 12. Let's have our lunch. Okay? So, see you again next time. Bye-bye. Ingat always.
Thank you, sir.
May pahabol si Mary France. Sige, Mary France.
Ay, sir. France na lang po. Sir, pwede mag-request po.
Ano yan?
Kasi po, di ba yung last sem po, yung mga quizzes sa sa OrgChem, hindi po nababalikan yung question. Pwede pong mabalikan na.
Ayun, ano kasi hindi pa rin.
Kapag nakapag-quiz na sir lahat, pwede namin
Ah?
balikan. Kapag nakapag-quiz na po lahat, pwede po namin balikan.
As in yung answers, ganun.
Opo.
Sige.
For review din po.
Ay, kung gusto nyo yung answer sa OrgChem, gusto nyo pa i-compile ko?
Pwede po. For ano na po? For Anakem siguro.
Sige. Sige sa anak.
Midterms and finals po.
Once na ma-complete na ng lahat, sige,
Opo,
we
yun
will
po.
make it available for viewing.
Thank you, sir.
Pero in case na
Well-
gusto nyo ng mga sagot sa OrgChem, I can give you. Kung gusto nyo lang. Okay. So I guess that's all for today na. Kita-kits na lang next time. Discussion tayo sa Friday. Okay? Bye-bye. Ingat always. Sana walang walang magkasakit.
Enjoy your lunch.